I'm Dr. Don Russell. I'm the author of the forthcoming book, The Trauma Treatment Companion. And in this short video, I'm going to tell you a story. The story starts with a conversation with a client recently. We were talking about emotions and we were talking about regulating emotions. And I kind of offhandedly said, hey, you know what? When I teach you that you can actually control your emotions and change your emotional state, my client kind of looked at me like I had two heads and actually literally said, if I could do that, I would have a superpower. So in this short video, I'm going to teach you about a superpower you probably don't know that you have. Now, lots of us know that if we apply ourselves and are very, very intentional, we do have some capacity to control our thoughts. Children, even from a young age, learn how to do this, and hopefully as adults we get decently good at it. It's definitely a struggle from time to time, when stress levels and when anxiety levels are high. But basically, we do have the capacity to control our thoughts, to change our thoughts on demand. That's what I mean by control. By the same token, we also have the power to change our emotional state on demand. This is lesser well known, but also it's a skill that anybody can learn with practice and implement with intentionality. And as I say, it's kind of a superpower, and sometimes I think it is the best kept secret in mental health. Professor in a psychology department at a university in the United States, in California, I believe, she has on her bookshelf in her office at the university binders, and she has a binder labeled happiness, and she has a binder labeled joy, for example. And she doesn't tell the story exactly this way, but this is how I think it goes down. After difficult and contentious faculty meetings in the Department of Psychology, she goes back to her office and she pulls down the book of happiness, or the binder of joy, and she looks through it because the faculty meeting left her in a very stressed and anxious and unhappy state. And the binder is filled with mementos and symbols and icons of experiences in this person's life that bring her happiness. So I don't know the details, but quite possibly there's a picture of her newborn child. Possibly there's pictures of a favorite vacation with her spouse, those kinds of things. And so when she flips through the binder, relatively quickly, her emotional state changes from I want to murder the dean of the department to happiness, if we just know how to do it. So here's another story just to make it real practical, because I definitely want you to know that this is not a skill just for really smart university professors. This is a skill that I use, you can practice using it today. So when I'm stressed out and when I'm anxious, I want to do that same thing. I want to accomplish that shift of emotional state. For me, I'm often looking for calm and serene and relaxed. So what I do is I don't even have a binder. I go into my memory archives. I go into my mental binder on my mental bookshelf, and I pull down the book called Going to University in Sarasota, Florida. So the story is, I remember a day when I was studying at university from Canada, but I traveled down to Florida for university. And I think it was November, so it was what Floridians call winter. But for me, it was a break from winter. So I remember driving home from class. So after 5, I'd been in class all day long, absorbing really, really amazing stuff. Sitting in traffic, actually at a red light. So I'm stuck in traffic at a red light. But I remember the sunshine, and I remember the sights around me, the trees on the boulevard. I even remember one of those little gecko things that was scurrying around in the dirt on the boulevard while I was stuck in traffic. So I remember the sunshine, the reflection of blue sky, maybe some puffy clouds in the sky. And I remember what I was hearing. I remember there was some jazz on the radio, on the car radio. I had the window rail down, so I was also hearing other sounds of an urban landscape. And I remember the smell in the air. Maybe I remember the taste. That would be a fourth or fifth sense. The fourth sense, and then the fifth sense, I remember what it felt like, the sunshine on my face. I think that time I had rented a car with a sunroof. It's the only way to go, so the feeling of the sun on my head. And at the time, those senses collaborated to create a feeling of serene inside. And so now, literally decades later, I can go back in my mind and I can daydream about that time, going through those senses again: sight, hearing, taste, smell, physical sensation. And going through those 5 senses brings me back to the emotional state of calm and serene. And so with a bit of practice, I'm able to change my emotional state from stressed out about traffic to calm and serene in literally just a few minutes by taking a mental vacation to a beautiful and calm memory. That, my friends, is changing our emotional state. And it is one of the most critical tools, one of the most critical skills that we have, that we want to equip people with in trauma treatment and trauma recovery. That's one of the skills that's discussed and used in the book, The Trauma Treatment Companion. And if this video intrigues you, if you're listening to me and you're going, oh my word, are you telling me that I have that superpower too? I'm saying, yeah, friend, you have that superpower too. Get the book. Get the book, click the link below, get the book. Also, give me a comment on this YouTube video or back through messaging. Let me know what you think about this topic. Let me know about other videos that you'd like to, topics that you'd like to hear. Above everything else, have a beautiful and wonderful day.